that meant a lot.
I played in the dark ages here in Kodiak. We won 4 games.
Oh.
But 2 of them were against Wasilla.
Oh, what years were
89.
89, okay.
And then we lost another one by 1 to you guys.
Okay, cool.
I don't forget these things. We might even hit on that later, my little problem I have with Wasilla.
Okay, yeah, let's hit on that.
It carries over. I can see that you're wearing your red jacket.
I have
is
to.
Is that part
red.
of the deal?
I bleed red. I see. You know, when you are raised in an environment that was so positive, and for me, that was, growing up there in Wasilla, being so involved in sports for Wasilla, I can't get that out of my system. As you can't either. I can tell you can't either. With your own being true to your school sentiments that you're kind of intimating there also. Those years were so important to me, and the involvement in sports in our local community back then were so important. The lessons learned back then, I apply them every day in my job today. So do you, I'm sure.
Actually, I do. My employer, the nature of the show sometimes is a little different, we'll say, and they prefer that I don't speak about who they are. So I live a double life. There's Radio Nick, and then there's At Work Nick. Sure. My friend and old teammate Brad Bazone and I I didn't know he did the same thing, but we do not wear red because of our rivalry with Wasilla that carries that far back. I have one red T-shirt now I got from Knack Neck when I fished up there. But to this day, I said it to him when he goes, "Yeah, me too. I still don't wear red. I hate them so much. They were so mean to us."
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, and I won't say what color it is that I've told Todd. I said we cannot buy a vehicle in that color. I just can't. It's
can't
drive
Palmer blue.
I'm not going to even tell you what
Palmer
it is.
Blue. And you and your 3 friends probably went and spray painted a big W on the school the other night, didn't you? When you were there, you left the ball and you're like, "Who left this big red W on here?"
We regressed 25 years. No. I love my friends in Palmer.
So you in contact with any of the other teammates from back then?
Sure. Yeah, we are. We had very strong bonds back then, and it wasn't just that senior year, but those years playing high school ball. My sister and all her friends who were a year older than I, we all still are very close, and those were lifelong friends that were made through basketball all those years ago, and those are your true friends. You know what I find in the political circles, of course, in this strange business of politics, that really you have very few probably true friends who will stick with you no matter what decisions you make and no matter what positions you take on any kind of political issue. What I find is it's those girls from the basketball team all those years ago. They're the ones who'll stick with you.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I guess my friends have the same kind of bond. Even though we had a really horrible year. I think my experience is completely the opposite of yours.
Still good lessons learned in that season, I'm sure.
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. Do you think that the fact you played on a winning team kind of affected your future? If you played on my team, do you think you'd be governor today if you'd played on a team that went 4-22?
That's a good question. I do know that my experiences in sports, taking full advantage of Title IX and having great opportunity to participate in sports in high school, really built a foundation for my life, that foundation that I build upon even today. And taking state that year, it changed my life, and it certainly showed me that anything is possible with enough self-discipline and determination and the right teamwork principles being applied. It changed my life, and I will never forget it. And it was it's kind of hard to explain to people who aren't into sports, I guess. It may sound hokey to others when they say, what's one of the greatest moments of your life? And I say, taking state in 1982. And they look at me like, that's girls basketball, Hey, it changed my life. And that is why I am so, such a supporter and a proponent of sports for girls. For every kid in school, but I want girls to be involved and to learn those lessons of self-discipline and teamwork and setting goals and working extremely hard, knowing that anything is possible. I'm a huge proponent of sports.
Yeah, you were about 8 years old when Title IX passed in 1972.
I was interviewed recently by USA Today, and they were talking about Nancy Pelosi being first Speaker of the House, first female Speaker of the House for the United States.